I'm sitting on top of the world.
About the tractor I was on. This is a Farmall Super A tractor. Now the cultivators look a little funny because this particular one has cultivators off of a Farmall A, not a Super A. And an A was designed with a hand lift where the Super A had hydraulics. Touch control hydraulics is the technical term. These cultivators are for the hand lift on the A and don't typically work on the Super A, so don't be confused. These work on the Super A because someone has homemade this rod here going over and up and then back to the hydraulics. All of this is homemade, every bit of it. Normally you'd have a pressure spring right here. This one doesn't have a spring at all. So it works very well, and I will say that. Just like gardening, there's nothing wrong with it. And this side over here, you've got another homemade piece here and here, and then this rod goes back. And then the rest below, all the way across, is Farmall A. Now the scratchers that it's outfitted with, they'll work on an A, a Cub, a Super A, 100, 130, 140, C, Super C, they'll work on any of the Farmalls. But the universal mounting frame, as they call it, which is this, all this is Farmall A. And toolbars as well. If you look on the back, if you can see, it's dark in here. But if you look on the back, these are Farmall A cultivators. Yeah, they've been made to work with a Super A with these pressure rods here. They're bolted on, okay? And you look down here, well, the toolbar is rectangular. It's not square. It is narrower there than it is there. That's a rectangle if you could see the cross section. and they're held on with like a clamp and a U-bolt. Well, those are Farmall A rear cultivators. So the previous owner, which I was told had owned it for many, many years, he owned this tractor, and there's no telling how long it's been outfitted that way. And hey, it works really well. Thought about taking them off, parting them out, or just selling them as A cultivators, but they work so well, what's the point? So if I could find a set of Super A cultivators to put on it, that'd be great. But for now, they're fine. This old tractor's got really good rubber. It doesn't match on the rear, but it's got good tires. Front tires are pretty good. You can see it's got really nice tires. Got wheel weights on the back. It may not look like much, but this tractor is all original. That's about the only dent it has, other than some of the misshaped grill fins. But let's be honest, for a Super A that's 75 years old, it is not in bad shape. Look how straight it is on this side. There's another ding. But that tractor, it's really, really a good candidate for a restoration. It's never been repainted. And if you get the light just right, you can see where it says Farmall and Super A right there. It's hard to see it, but I saw it earlier. There you go, right there. So, this tractor, like I said, doesn't look like much, but its heart is strong. It has an excellent, excellent engine. I was told has fire crater pistons, which give it more power. The hydraulics work flawlessly. They do leak, of course, right there, the little O-rings on the control valve, but they work flawlessly. They go where you want them to go and stop. The steering is just as tight as a new one. Let me show you this. It does have a newer steering wheel on it, but let's see, let's pull the steering wheel around to 12 o'clock there. So the play in this steering is not even 11 to 12. It's really tight. Great steering tractor. The transmission is quiet for a Super A. In fourth gear, it has a little bit of a whine, but it's normal whine. It's not, it is quiet for a Super A. And she's greasy and oily, but hey, she's got a leak from about every place on it. But I doubt in the last 75 years, it's been washed very, very much. The only mechanical thing I'd say that really needs to be addressed on it is the brakes. It has brakes, but the right brake pedal sticks like a lot of them do. And they stop, but they're not great. But I'm sure the final drives are leaking out of the transmission and the brake pads are oily, or the brake bands. But it's not a big deal. You're not trying to stop in these for the most part anyway. Need to get a good set of cables and tighten them up. Those are decent and they work, but otherwise she's great. As you can see, the lights work. The 12-volt alternator conversion charges perfectly. It runs great. Probably could use a tune-up. It's been sitting in a barn. I literally bought it out of the barn. The guy fired it up. It'd been sitting for a while, but he threw some gas in it and a battery, and he filed the points and fired it up, pulled it on my trailer, and I literally backed it off the trailer, brought it here to the farm and cultivated with it. So I've done nothing to this tractor. Something I forgot to mention is this one has the replaceable tie rod ends, ball joints, whatever you want to call them, whereas the older version Super A had a ball and socket joint that when it wore, it was really hard to tighten up. This one has the later style, which was found on the 100, the 130, the 140. It's never changed after that. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think in late 49, it's running together, because it's been a few years since I've looked this up. but I'm thinking in late 49. It could have been in 51 on the Super A. I can't remember, but that's when they came out with those. This one is serial number 350667. And so 350,667 has a J on the serial number. I don't know if you know if that means, but from the factory, it came with a heavy duty Rockford clutch. That was a brand name style, Rockford style. But that's what it came with from the factory. Who knows what's in it now. Basically, it was just a heavier duty pressure plate with that J prefix. But so that, getting to that serial number lands this tractor as a 1953 model, but not just any 53. It is a late 1953 model. And in 1954, they came out with a Super A1. They're not necessarily designated as A1s or recognized as much. And the difference is that was a transitionary period from a Super A to a 100. Basically, you got a Super A with a Farmall 100 engine, 10 more cubic inches, the C123, and had a water pump mounted on the bottom side of the engine, not at the fan, but on the bottom side. So a Super A1 was 1954 only as transitionary period. And those started, I'm pretty sure those started around 353,000, where this is a 350,000 serial number. So my memory serves me correct, around 353,000 on the serial number, you got the 54 Super A1. So that makes this a late 1953 model. And that would put it at about 73 years old. So she did pretty good for a 73-year-old tractor that is all original, except, you know, I know it did have an engine rebuild a few years ago, but pretty darn good. Okay, well, got this cultivated. It's not the greatest job in the world, but it's done. The corn looks pretty good. It's really young. It's just barely coming up. So I did plant a little late. But you can see we got us a small stand of corn. I didn't even adjust that tractor out. I literally got it, loaded it on the trailer, used it as is without adjusting it. So it did a pretty good job, and I did plow some under, but it has been about 25 years since I've plowed this much corn with a Farmall. So, especially for one that's not been adjusted or had the tools that I really wanted on there. So it did pretty good with the scratchers. But we'll have us a little bit of corn here. I need to get a roll of tape, and I need to measure my rows here, even though they're not going to be completely seeded, but at least we'll know how long our rows are. But you can see the corn's coming up, and there are some skips, but it looks pretty good. So it'll be more than we need, and it's fun to get out here and do it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. That little Farmall Super A, it doesn't look like much, but I tell you what, it's got the heart and the soul and the mechanical, it is so good mechanically. It is really like a new tractor. It's got a great engine in it. Transmission's quiet, and the steering is just as tight as a new one. You really couldn't ask for a better tractor. It looks so bad is because it's 75 years old and it's never been repainted in its life. It's all original. So that original paint is just turned to rust, and well, it needs some leaks fixed, and it needs some attention. So I really could use to go through these 2 little short rows right here with it. But I was going to show you also, I think every one of our cantaloupes and watermelons have came up that I planted seeds for. There's one there. There's one there. Every hill that I'm seeing has came up. So that's awesome. These look like all cantaloupe, those leaves. That may be watermelon there. So we've got hills down here, there. Here's a really healthy looking plant here. And I've got some over here. I would plow the rest of this under and probably go between these hills, but got to the farm thinking I would fill that tractor up with gas or put some gas in it. Didn't have much. And well, I got here and the big farm tank is empty. So it only had just a couple of inches of gas in the tank, and I was really worried we would run out and end up walking. But so far so good. Now if it makes it back to the barn, we'll see. So well, that's it, and hopefully we'll get us some corn out of this, whether it's a dozen ears or 100 ears, I don't care. So whatever, we'll have a few. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.